Hello there, and thank you for taking the time to tune in to Highlighting the Black. I'm your host, Livy Liv, and this is my interactional safe space for people swimming against the currents of systemic and societal constraints. Here, me and my guests focus on introducing dynamic dialogues as well as address social narratives that affect the mental health, opportunities, success, and culture of people of color. End result, leaving us equipped with the mindset to interrogate norms instead of complying with them, aiming to help build confidence in speaking on our endurances. Whew. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I am so just excited to have you here for a second episode of Highlighting the Black. It is my pleasure to be here and my pleasure to have you guys on, man. And this is the first time I'm actually recording with video, me speaking. So I'm really excited about that part as well. So you guys get to see what I look like. You guys get to see where I record, even though I had to move some things around. It's lit. It's lit. You heard? So today, what I'm going to be focusing on is that thing called love. You know that song by Al Green, Love and Happiness. So I have everything laid out. So if you're watching the video, I'm just going to be kind of back and forth looking at what I wrote down, because the episodes that I do, I like to write a lot of things down. I basically just like to script my episodes because, don't get me wrong, I love free speaking, but I really planned this out for a long time, and I really just want you guys to be informed, not just me rambling on. I really just love to write as well. So yeah, let's get it. Also, I want to just hope that you guys are doing well and safe. I hope your New Year's was fantastic. And if it wasn't fantastic, then screw it. It's just another day. And I hope you guys had a chance to reflect on yourselves, get a chance to be around people you love. And if you didn't, I hope you get to speak to some, people that you love, and just be with yourself or be with others. All right, so we're gonna start off with defining what love is. So I was curious. I wrote down my own definition first, but then I was like, all right, let me see what Google got to say about this, because I'm a Google fanatic. If I don't know something, I'm Googling it, and I advise everyone else to do the same. So what Google said is, it is an intense feeling of deep affection or a great pleasure in something, or something you like or enjoy very much. And I'm not gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of agree. I agree. I can't disagree. But everyone has their own idea of love and their own definition. That's what Google got to say. And just for me to add on to that, I would say, just to add on, feelings of safety and security, compassion, and even dependency. Love can be toxic as hell. Love can be so inviting and intriguing, or just exhilarating and build worthy. So there's so much to do with love. And what first that came to my mind when I started writing about what to talk about was Lauryn Hill's song, if you're familiar, which I just hope you are familiar, To Zion. And like she did in that whole album, she has at the end of the song, you're immediately invited to a group of discussion about love. You are in an environment where someone's speaking and someone's a curator, and then you hear youth as well interacting. And there's just a quote I want to go off of that, or I grabbed from that, that struck me. So what the curator said, this man that you automatically hear, is he said, let this black man right here, let this black man right here tell you what his idea of love is. Because not all the time we hear a young black man talk about love. And that's what he said. Maybe it didn't sound exactly like that, but I tried. But I want to disagree with that. And I think that's really dope how she put that at the end of a song. Excuse me. At the end of a song. Because yes, black people get stuck with trying to navigate through what love is for them, through what's told to us about love, and to somehow navigate what we're told throughout history and what we're still being told throughout media and whoever else, and to somehow acquire our own relationship with it, with all this other pressure around the word. And I think it's somewhat ridiculous. And just to go back to the song as well, he continues to urge on the youth that he's speaking to provide their own definition of love, their own relationship, and what they think it is. And I think it's important to highlight the importance of what he just did, is to sit back with ourselves and think about, how do we define love? The label, the word that we use just so dang often, what emotions come with it? And I want to point out just the importance of familiarizing ourselves with those emotions, so when it comes time for us to use the word in the future, that we make a informed decision and a well thought decision about the next time we use it. Because people just be throwing our word around constantly, and I think it is what it is, but we throw it around a lot. So yeah, we categorize love as so many things, and we give it such an overwhelming amount of functions and expectations that can be draining, and not only just draining, but detrimental or harmful for ourselves and the people that we love, the people that we care about. And we don't even realize just like the way that we represent it to the people we love, like our children or our cousins or our nephews, and how they grow up perceiving that. We attach it to pre-made, ideas that don't even fit us. And so it's like, all right, well, that person's like, that love looks great. Like, we'll say, I'll give an example. We're on social media, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok or Facebook, whatever. We see these couples in love, like we see famous celebrities, whoever. Let's just say G Herbo and his girl, or Quavo and his chick. Damn, was it Sweetie? Man, you ask. I don't know. I'm not good at pop culture, but you get the idea. We see these celebrities and people of influence in relationships that surround themselves with material, but not only do that, but they give us their audience the idea of what their love is. But we don't ever sit back and be like, all right, well, what's my thing of love? And that's also something that one of the youth in the end of the song To Zion say as well. So when we do that, when we attach pre-made ideas of what we see love is, we shrink the nature of it, and we also shrink our potential of what we're able to acquire with the emotion, and we shrink our reality and the reality of so many things that come with love. All right, so moving forward, I want to talk about the difficulty of learning through our past perception of what love is for us and moving to our current idea of what it is for us. And this is something that I'm going to dive into history for a minute, because I just can't not dive into history, because history repeats itself constantly, whether you see it or agree with it or not. It is what it is. That's facts. When we look into history and we think about specifically, because that's what the show's about, people of color, we look at Black history. We all know, right, that slavery was a disgusting, vile amount of history. And I think we often forget, or it goes over our head a bit, about how affection has been impacted by those moments in time. Because not only was Black love criminalized, it was embarrassed. We were not seen as humans. We were not seen as things worthy of respect. So in that instance, we were not worthy of affection. I was watching a video this summer, and it's talking about how Black men were constantly humiliated, having them sexually abused, in front of their families. Women being sexually abused in front of their children being abused in front of their parents. And imagine, you never have the ability to feel comfortable. You've seen your mother go through it. You've seen the woman that you've looked up to your whole life, the woman that gives you hope and strength and confidence and inspiration and motivation, be humiliated and taken advantage of by people that control your life, I control her life. Do you honestly think that you'll be able to ever feel comfortable and safe sexually with a person again after that? After seeing all of those horrific things, after experiencing all those horrific and inhumane things? Do you think that you'll be able to have a healthy relationship after that? That you'll be able to say I love you to someone after that? It's really to myself, just give you, some reference. I've had my own experiences of traumatic events happen in my life, romantically and sexually. And it took me until, honestly, genuinely, this summer to sit down and write. And I wrote with a prompt that said, Olivia, write everything that you haven't said, everything you have not been able to face, everything that you have not ever been able to come to conclusion with or even think about. One of those things was my relationship with love. I was writing exactly what happened to me. I was writing when it happened, how old I was, what I felt when it happened, what I felt after it happened, and the effects that happened to me, but also the things that I did through this toxic, unhealthy relationship I had with love. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, it was an awakening moment. And I said to myself, this is the most uplifting thing I've ever done. I've never been able to put words to the things that I wrote down. So if it took me to say, I think it was like over 10 years, let's say over 10 years, generalizing, over 10 years to reflect on my idea of love, then imagine you being a Black person in America, coming out of slavery, having to navigate what the hell this thing is. Like, how do I even love someone? And how hard it's gonna be after that. Like, how difficult it must be to trust someone again. I really want to emphasize on the difficulty of doing that. It kind of emphasizes, or kind of overall just talks about how white narrative and history have impacted our idea of love today. So how do we, as people of color, reintroduce ourselves with what love is to us? I think that if we are able to be less judgmental, being compassionate and understanding when coming across others who are experiencing the emotions that come with love, and allow them to find their own meaning of it through safe and productive ways, of course. Being harsh and forcing your own view on them dehumanizes them, because now you are stealing away their ability to navigate what they're feeling. To give an actionable step to take, like I gave in my example, is to just sit down and write. If you don't want to write, if you don't like to write, then take out your recording device. Just talk with yourself. If you need some guidance, I would say write about or talk about, what does safety mean to you? What does trust mean to you? What does jealousy mean? What does sex mean? How have you experienced that? And what ways have things stuck to you that you carry on till today? What does being uncomfortable mean? Personally, it's helped for me, and I would hope it works for you. So I hope that you are doing safe. Every episode I do, every Friday, 3 o'clock on the dot. I'm in the dot. That's it, man. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Enjoy it. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Be safe, and thank you for tuning in to Highlighting the Black.